Hello everyone, welcome to AKS IAS main Shikshna free initiative. This is Santosh Koka. Today we will discuss one important question. Before that, we will check small information. APPSC Group 2 English medium classes have been started. Our services including digital classrooms, time-bound completion of syllabus, state level test series, updated study material and monthly current affairs magazine. For more information, you can call these numbers. So today's main section of free initiative, 5 questions. Let's see the basic structure of these particular questions. Explain the impact of El Nino and La Nina on India's monsoon patterns. How do these climatic events affect agriculture? Here explain means very important question tag here. So explain means just give the brief and detailed explanation, right? So impact is important keyword here. Impact of El Nino and La Nina on Indian monsoon patterns we need to give separately here, right? How do these climatic events affect agriculture, right? So here affect means not only negatives, positive also we can write, and negatives also we need to write. At the end we need to provide some needed measures, right? So very important question. Discuss the significance of India's strategic location in the Indian Ocean. How does this affect India's geopolitical and economic interests? Here discuss means we need to write positives and negatives, right? So significance is positive here, right? We need to add negative also here, right? How does this affect India's geopolitical and economic interests? Affect means here not only negatives or positive, only we need to write both positives and negatives. At the same time here we need to add some challenges, right? So finally we need to, before conclusion we need to mention some measures here, right? Very important. Next, evaluate the problems of interstate water sharing in India. This question is very important, that's why we are dealing with this in detail, right? Examine the distribution of major mineral resources in India. How does the energy crisis highlight the need for non-conventional energy resources? Here examine means we need to provide some important facts, examples, etc., right? Reports, indices, etc. The distribution of major mineral resources in India. How does the energy crisis highlight the need for non-conventional energy sources? Here examines means we need to provide detailed distribution of major mineral resources, and also we need to add some maps here, right? Very important. How does the energy crisis highlight the need for non-conventional energy resources? Energy crisis highlight the need for non-conventional energy resources. How we need to add some challenges here. What are the challenges we are facing from the using these particular conventional energy sources, right? Very important. And at the same time we need to provide needed measures before conclusion. Next, examine the spatial pattern of urbanization in India. What are the key challenges faced by megacities in managing urban growth? Already we have discussed so many questions regarding urbanization, right? So examine means we need to provide facts and examples, reports, indices, etc. Spatial pattern of urbanization in India. We need to provide some compulsorily map. Whenever we are writing geography related questions, we need to compulsorily add some map, right? Maps or diagrams. What are the key challenges? Also we need to write faced by megacities in managing urban growth. Finally we need to provide some needed measures here, right? That's it. Let's take today's important question, that is question for 14th October 2024, paper 2 section 3 geography of India. Evaluate the problems of interstate water sharing in India with a focus on the Kaveri dispute. How can effective water conservation measures address these challenges, right? Here we need to start our 3-step strategy before writing answer. First is question reading. Within 1 minute we need to read the question and identify the important question tags and keywords, right? What is the topic? Interstate water sharing in India, very important. So how many parts are there? Here 2 parts are there. Here we need to focus on all these information because we need to complete within that time, right? So next, question tags. What are the important question tags here? Evaluate. Evaluate means we need to add important data or facts or examples, etc., right? So otherwise we need to focus on next question tag, that is how. The problems. First important keyword is problems. Here we need to focus on what are the interstate water sharing problems in India with a focus on Kaveri dispute. right? So whenever we are dealing with interstate water sharing, they are asking for problems. So many aspirant written all the disputes at a time, or only focused on Kaveri dispute, right? Don't do that. We need to provide some problems with respect to the Kaveri dispute, right? We can add some important problems, and we can give some examples related to Kaveri dispute, right? So that is the theme here. How can effective water conservation measures address these challenges? Whatever we have challenges, we are already written, right? Writing, right? So that's why finally we need to mention some needed measures before conclusion, right? So here, if we create some structure here before writing answer, first important thing is we need to write interstate water sharing. What are we have interstate water sharing within the particular states, right? We need to provide in the positive sentence here, right? Next only we need to start with our problems. Next important thing is needed measures, right? Measures what we need to take here, right? So that's it, simple structure, right, according to the demand of the question. Next, coming to brainstorming, within 1 minute we need to focus on identifying important keywords here related to our topic, right? So keywords means here we need to focus on providing important information, means we need to focus on particular cases or particular related acts, or we need to focus on providing dispute related issues or examples, right? So here, for example, we can add some recent Supreme Court guidelines, right, etc., or we can add articles also related to our interstate related issues, right? Interstate Water Dispute Act also there, right? ISWA, that is 1956, that is also very important. Otherwise, we have Kaveri dispute related issues or tribunals. Kaveri Water Disputes Tribunal is there, right? We need to add this one. And also we have Central Water Commission, right? These type of issues need to be included here and there. Especially whenever we are writing points, we need to add some justification part by using these data or etc. Niti Aayog's Composite Water Management Index, we have Niti Aayog's, right? Very important. So important keywords need to be alerted here, right? So next, coming to introduction here, how can we start with CA introduction here, current affairs introduction? Every time we are writing, we are used to write here, Kaveri water dispute remains one of India's most contentious interstate water sharing issues, right? So for example, related to Kaveri dispute, or we can add here, right? For example, recently Supreme Court directed the Karnataka government to release some cusecs of water to Tamil Nadu, right? At the same time, Tamil Nadu also again requested to add more, right? So these type of issues we can add here, right? Otherwise, we can talk with interstate water disputes related background here, right? Background part also need to be added along with current affairs introduction here. We can add here article 262, and also we can add whatever we have act, interstate water dispute, right? Interstate Water Dispute Act 1956 also very important. Otherwise, we can talk about our Kaveri dispute, Kaveri river especially, right, originating in Karnataka and flowing through Tamil Nadu, Kerala and Puducherry, etc. We need to connect with these type of background especially, right? So otherwise we can add some more information related to whatever we have interstate water sharing here, right? So whatever we have all the river connection, we can add through flowchart, right? So that's it. That is enough for geography related aspects, right? Other than that, we need to focus on providing more information in the body part. First need to include our problems, right? Whatever we have problems, we need to include here. So interstate water sharing problems, first important thing is competing demands for water is very important, right? Competing demand, that is as of now we are facing, right? So here each state has competing demands for water based on their population, agriculture, dependency on industry, etc. needs, right? So for example, Karnataka claims that its growing urbanization, especially around Bangalore, requires more water, while Tamil Nadu insists on maintaining historical usage patterns for agriculture, right? That is also very important here, right? So here we need to focus on Karnataka and Tamil Nadu examples we can give, right? Competing demands especially, right? Next, we can add lack of uniform legal framework here. Uniform legal framework, that is very important here, because while tribunals exist, their decisions are often delayed. There is no strong enforcement mechanism here, right? The absence of a uniform water sharing law, that balancing here, right? That is the major concern here. For example, we can add Kaveri water dispute tribunal was established in 1990, but it took nearly 17 years to give its final award, which was further contested in courts. That is very dangerous here, right? So we need to focus on providing these type of issues and examples. Next, coming to third important thing we can add, that is environmental degradation. Environmental degradation, that is also very important concern here. Problems, right? We are writing only problems related to interstate water sharing, especially in the focus of Kaveri dispute, right? That is the demand of the question, right? Over extraction we have, pollution we have, deforestation in catchment areas, reducing river flows, right? That is need to be included here. For example, we have Central Water Commission reported in 2022 that river basins like the Kaveri are shrinking due to these ecological degradation only, affecting water availability also, right? So we need to provide these type of information also. Next, we have monsoon dependency also. We are depending more on monsoon, right, for agriculture especially, right? So here Indian rivers including the Kaveri are largely monsoon dependent only, right? So for example, in 2016, a poor monsoon led to widespread protests in Karnataka and Tamil Nadu, with both states accusing each other for violating water sharing agreements, right? This is natural, but unnaturally they are fighting with each other. That is the fact here. This is also main concern. Next, fifth one is political agendas also. We can add political agendas here, because the dispute is not resolving here, because water disputes often get politicized here, with local governments using them to gather political capital, which prevents long-term solutions also, right? So for example, in 2018, the Kaveri issue became a major electoral issue in Karnataka also, delaying any consensus building efforts with Tamil Nadu. That is the major issue, right? Because this is political, right? So these are the challenges. After completing challenges, we can give some water conservation measures to address these challenges, right? Very important. Here, rainwater harvesting and groundwater recharge is very important. Rainwater harvesting and groundwater recharge, very important here. Promoting rainwater harvesting can reduce dependency on river waters by ensuring groundwater is replenished, right? So we are replenishing or strengthening our groundwater, right? That is very important, right? So for example, Tamil Nadu's compulsory rainwater harvesting system introduced in 2001. That is very important here. Tamil Nadu, in Tamil Nadu already introduced in 2001, has helped the state manage its groundwater resources, right? This is the perfect example to this. And also we can add one more needed measure here. Efficient irrigation techniques also very important. Irrigation techniques, that is also very important here, especially shifting from water intensive crops to traditional flood irrigation to drip irrigation. That is very important here. We can add this particular point. Can reduce water demand in agriculture, easing the stress on shared rivers, whatever we have. For example, we can add here one report according to Niti Aayog, especially Niti Aayog report we can add, right? Composite Water Management Index 2023 is we have, right? States like Maharashtra and Gujarat, which adopted drip irrigation, significantly reduced the water consumption while maintaining crop yield here, right? So other example we can add creation of whatever we have reservoirs. Creation of reservoirs also very important here, right? Building reservoirs and check dams especially can help in water storage and prevent water wastage, thus ensuring a more equitable distribution here, right? During dry seasons especially we can use this, right? So for example, In the Kaveri basin itself, small reservoirs could help Karnataka store excess water during monsoons, right? So during lean periods, especially benefiting both upstream and downstream states here, right? So other than that, we can add some more measures here. Integrated river basin management is very important here. For example, adopting this particular approach will all riparian states cooperating to manage water resources sustainably can help reduce conflicts, right? For example, we can take here National River Conservation Program built with our World Bank. That is very important fact here, right? Very important example here. Efforts are being made to manage the river systems with a holistical approach through National River Conservation Program built with World Bank support here, right? Very good example, right? Other than that, we can conclude with 1 to 1.5 futuristic note here. We can add here especially whatever we have cooperative federalism, because entire particular geography, as even though this question is related to geography, here we can add some polity related issues also, because cooperative federalism backed by robust institutional frameworks must be the cornerstone of resolving these type of water disputes, ensuring both water security we have, right, and also we have regional harmony also, right? Very important, right? All these two specifically keywords very important. Water security and regional harmony needs to be strengthened by following our cooperative federalism, right? So this is the perfect structure according to the demand of the question here, right? Next, check tomorrow's question, that is day 96 questions for 15th October 2024, paper 2 history, culture and geography, section 3 geography and Telangana. 5 most expected questions here. The geographical extent and relief features of Telangana is first important thing, and also groundwater resources in Telangana, IT and pharmaceutical industries in Telangana, and also role of road and rail networks in Telangana's economic development is also very important. Tourism sector on Hyderabad's economy is also one more important, right? I will give one important thing from among these 5 questions. Write the answer and upload in the AKS app. Thank you very much. All the very best.